in that game. Now, I think it's also important to say that Jimmy Butler is one bad boy. He is a bad boy. Let's not get it twisted. He's a hell of a player. But I've noticed that he has this thing of overpassing, overpassing the ball. So today on Undisputed, they were talking about this game, this series or whatever. And the question came out, which was, do you think that Jimmy Butler can be the best player on a championship team? And when it came time for Stephen A. Smith to give his take, I believe he gave a very, very candid take. So what we want to do is want to play exactly what Stephen A. Smith had to say here, and then we're going to come back and react to his comments. Take a listen to Stephen A. Smith here.
Do you believe that he can be the best player on a championship team? When he's at 100%, of course.
Do not.
Okay.
Even when he's 100%, I don't believe that. Here's why I don't believe that. As Kendrick Perkins eloquently explained just a few days ago, you talked about the fact that you think about superstars and what we usually get from those superstars in terms of offensive production. That's not Jimmy. Jimmy is a star, make no mistake about it, and he's a closer, make no mistake about it. But as J.J. Redick pointed out the other day, a lot of his success is predicated on his ability to get to the free throw line. Well, you know what? You know what it takes to get to the free throw line? It's not just about fouls. It's about fouls getting called. It's about the officials being cooperative to some degree. There's some calls that you're going to get, and there's some calls that are going to get missed. And there's some calls that are flat out not going to get called. And when your success offensively is so predicated on that component, I don't think it bodes well for that to be the way that be the leading individual that guides you to a championship. Under no circumstances am I trying to imply, guys, that you can't win a championship with Jimmy Butler as your best player. I'm not trying to say it can't be done. I'm trying to say it's not ideal, it's not conventional, it's not normal, and in most instances, it doesn't measure up to snuff. When Jimmy Butler lost the championship in the bubble, it's because he was going up against LeBron James. When Jimmy Butler and them lost last year in Game 7 to Boston, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum went ballistic. With Jimmy Butler doing, in these NBA Finals, Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray are standing in his path. So what I'm saying is that it's not that he's not great. It's not that he can't produce for you. But usually when you want to win a championship, Jimmy Butler is a Jimmy Butler type, that is usually that second tier star, as opposed to the preeminent star that leads you to that promised land on the offensive side of the ball. It's usually someone more potent than him that pulls it off, a la Steph or Kevin Durant or LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard in Toronto, et cetera, et cetera.
So let me steal a page out of J.J. Redick book. I need clarification, okay? Are you saying he can't be the best player on the championship team, or are you saying he can be the best player on the championship team? That was the question.
I'm saying for the most part, no, he cannot be. You need something a little bit more in order to win a championship. Now, obviously, I'll be wrong if he wins this championship, if he wins this series. But if he doesn't, which I suspect he won't, I'll be right. Because, again, he's a lot of things. He's not Nikola Jokic.
Well, you're going to be wrong.
So you heard what Stephen A. Smith had to say. First of all, I agree with Stephen A. Smith. I know it's a controversial statement. I know it's controversial to say that Jimmy Butler, as a matter of fact, we put up a poll on our channel before producing this show here. We asked, God, this word, questioned our audience. And basically the question was, can Jimmy Butler be the number one option on a championship team? Out of the 1,700 voters in the last 40 minutes, 62% of them are saying yes, 92% of them are saying no. So I think this is an unpopular position to take.